This one is about folk tales. And like I said before, you're in for a treat. I would like to bring up Mr. Terence Young.
All right, gotta separate the barrier here, you guys don't mind. Since I'm telling a folk tale, we're going to do this. Okay, so I'm going to tell this story, and some of you may have heard some of it before, but we're going to share it again anyway. So once upon a time, there was a family in China, and they had two wonderful kids, two boys. Now, back in this time, it was very popular for a family to name their firstborn child with a very long and prosperous name because he was going to be heir to the family fortune. So this family named their first son Tikki Tikki Tembo, No Sarimbo, Hari Kari Pichi, Pip Peri Pimbo. Now, as I go through this story, I would like you to say that with me. So I'm going to help you out. We're going to go through it one section at a time. Are you ready? So it's Tikki Tikki Tembo,
Tikki Tikki Tembo,
No Sarimbo,
No Sarimbo,
Hari Kari Pichi,
Hari Kari Pichi,
Pip Peri Pimbo.
Pip Peri Pimbo.
Awesome, awesome. So that was their son, and that meant the most wonderful son in the world. Now, they also had another son after that. And, well, they named him Chang. Didn't really mean much, but that's what they named him. And the family lived in a beautiful house up on the hill. They had all the things that any family could want. And as the two boys grew, they played together all the time. They were like best friends. Until one day, as they were out playing by the river, Chang slipped and fell into the river. And Tikki Tikki Tembo, No Sarimbo, Hari Kari Pichi, Pip Peri Pimbo was alarmed because he knew neither of the boys knew how to swim. So he ran all the way back to get his mother. And he said, "Mom, Chang has fell into the river." But she didn't hear him because she was busy. She was working in the house. So she said, "I'm sorry, I didn't hear you." So Tikki Tikki Tembo, No Sarimbo, Hari Kari Pichi, Pip Peri Pimbo said again, "Chang has fell into the river." And his mom was alarmed because she heard him that time. She said, "Oh my, Chang has fell into the river. Well, we've got to get your dad." So Tikki Tikki Tembo, No Sarimbo, Hari Kari Pichi, Pip Peri Pimbo, and his mom went to go get the dad. And they ran to go get the dad, and he was out working in the garage. And they said, "Chang has fell into the river." And the dad, he didn't hear him. Stuff was going on out there. He's like, "What? I didn't hear you again." So they said, "Chang has fell into the river." And he said, "Oh my goodness, Chang has fell into the river. We've got to go get him. We need to go get the neighbor's boat to go get him." So now Tikki Tikki Tembo, No Sarimbo, Hari Kari Pichi, Pip Peri Pimbo, his mother and his father, went to the neighbor's house to get the boat. And when they got to the neighbor's house, he was out in the backyard. And they said, "Neighbor, Chang has fell into the river." And he couldn't hear them. So again, they repeated, "Chang has fell into the river." And he said, "Oh my goodness, Chang has fell into the river. What do we need to do?" They said, "Can we borrow your boat to get him out?" And he said, "Of course." So now Tikki Tikki Tembo, No Sarimbo, Hari Kari Pichi, Pip Peri Pimbo, I see you over there, yes, and his mother and his father got the boat and they raced back to the river. And when they got there, they put the boat in and they got to Chang just in time because the poor boy had almost drowned, but they saved him. So everybody was happy and everything went back to normal for about 2 weeks. And then the boys were out playing again, as they always do. This time they were over by the well. And this time, little Tikki Tikki Tembo, No Sarimbo, Hari Kari Pichi, Pip Peri Pimbo slipped and fell into the well. And of course, Chang was alarmed because he knew neither one of the boys knew how to swim. So Chang took off to go get his mother. And he said, "Mom, Tikki Tikki Tembo, No Sarimbo, Hari Kari Pichi, Pip Peri Pimbo has fell into the well." And she couldn't hear him. So again, He said, Mom, Tikki Tikki Tembo, no Sarimbo, Hari Kari Peachy, Pip Perry Pimbo has fell into the well. And she said, oh my goodness, you mean Tikki Tikki Tembo, no Sarimbo, Hari Kari Peachy, Pip Perry Pimbo has fell into the well? Well, we've got to go get your dad. So now Chang and his mom go to get the father. And they say, Tikki Tikki Tembo, no Sarimbo, Hari Kari Peachy, Pip Perry Pimbo has fell into the well. And he couldn't hear him because he was out working. So he said, what was that? What'd you say again? And of course they said, Tikki Tikki Tembo, no Sarimbo, Hari Kari Peachy, Pip Perry Pimbo has fell into the well. We need to get him out. And the father was alarmed and he said, oh my goodness, my firstborn son, you mean Tikki Tikki Tembo, no Sarimbo, Hari Kari Peachy, Pip Perry Pimbo has fell into the well. We've got to get the neighbor's ladder to get him out. So now Chang, his mother, and his father go to the neighbor to get the ladder. And they say, neighbor, little Tikki Tikki Tembo, no Sarimbo, Hari Kari Peachy, Pip Perry Pimbo has fell into the well. And he couldn't hear him because he was out there working again. So he said, what did you say? I can't hear you. So again they screamed, Tikki Tikki Tembo, no Sarimbo, Hari Kari Peachy, Pip Perry Pimbo has fell into the well. We need to borrow your ladder to get him out. And the neighbor was alarmed. He said, oh my goodness, you mean your son Tikki Tikki Tembo, no Sarimbo, Hari Kari Peachy, Pip Perry Pimbo has fell into the well? We've got to get him out. Of course you can borrow my ladder. So now Chang, his mother, and his father grab the ladder and they race back to the well. And as the father's carrying the ladder, he puts it down into the well and he said, don't you worry, Tikki Tikki Tembo, no Sarimbo, Hari Kari Peachy, Pip Perry Pimbo. I'm on my way to come get you. And as he walked down the ladder, step by step by step, when he finally got to the boy, when he finally got to little Tikki Tikki Tembo, no Sarimbo, Hari Kari Peachy, Pip Perry Pimbo, it was too late. It had taken people so long to say the boy's name that he had already drowned. And since that day, people in China give their kids short names. The end. Mr. Toastmaster.